Nancy. Hello, poetry fans. I'm in a really cool echoey chamber. I hope the sound kind of translates because it's bouncing off of all of these metallic pedals here. So I'm at the Nevada Reno Art Museum. Just had a lovely time taking in the incredible sights and sounds. A lot of interactive art about the earth, a lot of what we've been talking about, how it's kind of the only home we've got, and we sort of might want to consider that in our actions possibly at some point. It's just a thought. But yeah, I'm having a lovely time, and this is the only structure I have. Oh, that's a cool sound. Woo! It's the only structure I have for some shade. It is real hot. Oh, now I'm dizzy. It's okay. It's all part of it. It's all part of the interpretive, performative art. We're all good here. So, I'm on vacay right now. I'm out of my home place, state. So I've kind of been writing these poems on the fly, just like 10 minutes on the road at the salt flats the other day. I actually wrote this morning while my boo was getting his teeth cleaned. So I was just kind of manifesting what the feelings would be once I got to a place of art. And so this poem is kind of just about how I wish that every block and every building and everything everywhere had more splooshes and splashes of art, and we just were a more colorful society, and it wasn't so bleh, and there was just a lot more artistic expression. That was kind of the thought. So while we're in the shade, I'm gonna get this out because it's toasty. And then we'll zoom out on this incredible art piece here. So again, this one doesn't have a title. I'll find a title somewhere in the words. Here we go. I wish every building and home had a mural, that every city block and remote town presented a swirl of colors so that anything duller than a paint palette looked out of place. We've erased a good bit of visual splendor with tan and concrete gray, rendering us rather pedestrian and prosaic. How about a mosaic instead of another corporate logo? I'd guess if I presented my best ideas to most committees in charge, it would be a definite no-go. I've witnessed the not-so-slow transformation of the human world hurled into broad, sweeping strip mall takeover. Every other road has a closure to expand its harsh, flat tar sprawl, stretching so far that wherever you are a part of it. Even if you're lucky enough to not feel consumed by its looming dominance from where you sit, instead of creating close-knit communities where everyone can benefit, we split up the classes like it's the Middle Ages and most pass on any chance to interact. The impact of forced social structure feels as isolating as a big rig trucker out fending on the long road. Every lawn empty, but overwatered and methodically mowed. I wish an imaginative leader had showed us all long ago how to sow seeds to meet everyone's needs instead of an endless cycle of spraying poison on every weed and feeding this creeping infectious concept of beating your fellow human to the finish line and neglecting those who find it harder to get there. I wish it wasn't so rare to feel inspiration in the air, fresh veggies, or an art fair on every corner. Someone should find the great muse in hiding and warn her that self-expression has become less of an offering and more of a vanity obsession based on a processional of hurtful beauty standards and all arrows pointing towards some brand, some master plan to make an unseen CEO an obscene amount of dough rather than show soul material. We gobble up trends like sugary cereal. It all feels a bit imperial, always some naked emperor to lay down for, be it politician, celebrity, or pseudo-celeb. We belong more to the World Wide Web now than we do to the natural world. We should be bowing humbly to her, asking the elements for forgiveness, rather than an invisible God who may or may not still have the patience to bear witness to all this selfishness. If these many heavy challenges are some kind of test, I'm not sure we're getting the best marks. The afflatus sparks must also have a wait list, because they sure seem harder to stumble upon. I sing along to songs in public, and by the looks on faces around me, you'd think I was swinging a sharp stick around in a crowd. Am I not allowed to be openly moved in this overly subdued population? I long to feel higher concentrations of vibrance, normalization of spontaneous dance, and fun. There are so many stretches of space where I seek artistry as effluence and can find flat out none. We've undone so many of the links that connect us by insisting our online profiles reflect us earnestly. We favor what gets clicks externally over the caliber of what we cultivate internally. The journey of growth becomes colorless and muted for so many. When I see someone picking up a lucky penny or tossing one in a fountain, hoping it amounts to a wish, I feel a sudden flourish of excitement, an alignment of energy with that individual, an inexplicable certainty that they are seeking more deeply, like me. That they too hope to see a visibly more soulfully ornamental reality, to see the malady of sameness and conformity cured, to feel assured that the future will see bright colors poured over the stark parking lots, and a world where you can hear thoughts being exchanged lovingly on a daily basis. I pray we can replace all these lab-made tastes and numb faces with great feasts that heal us, shared more widely, and beaming, smiley expressions all over the place. So that's my dentist waiting room poetry, friends, and we'll zoom in out on this here. Show the majesty of this bit, the supreme coolness of the top. It's just like one of these should be everywhere. We should have one of these on every corner. Come on, let's get it going on. So we'll show you this amazing lotus structure, and you know it's very metaphorical, very indicative of kind of what I'm going after. Like the lotus grows from the doo-doo. It's all very meaningful. Show the cool shadows too. And then if we can get it on here, let's end it on this great